lap heat race for the IMCA E-Mods. On the pole in 14W, Scott Whitehouse from Greenfield, Indiana. Alongside from New Palestine, Indiana, Brian Orfrey. Orfrey in 6. Row number 2, Dwayne Smith in car 77 out of Elyria. And Rick Markle from Fowlerville, Michigan. Markle from Michigan in car 3M. And the second row, Aaron Huff from Indianapolis in 11H. And Kurt Huff from Fountaintown, Indiana in car 22. 8 laps for the first IMCA E-Mod heat race. 1 lap will be underway. Again, we want to welcome some of the employees and folks from Germain Toyota as well as Jiffy Lube out here tonight. 8 laps for the first E-Mod heat race. Scott Whitehouse, Brian Orfrey, Dwayne Smith, Rick Markle, Aaron Huff, and Kurt Huff. That's Scott Whitehouse, the leader in 14W. Up to second in car 77 is Dwayne Smith. 11H Aaron Huff runs third, completing 2 laps this time by. Whitehouse with about a 10 or 15 car length advantage over car 77. They'll be halfway the next time by the start-finish line. E-Mod first race, your leader, Scott Whitehouse. The battle for that second place. Smith in 77, Aaron Huff in 11, and Kurt Huff in car number 22, your second, third, and fourth place. Meantime, Scott Whitehouse is checking out on the field. He'll get the white flag this time. Indiana, Scott Whitehouse. Second is Dwayne Smith. Third, Aaron Huff. Fourth goes to Kurt Huff. So Scott Whitehouse from Greenfield, Indiana, the winner of the most recent E-Mod Tour feature event at Winchester, Indiana. Indiana, Chad Bland in car 7B from Huntingtonburg, Indiana, starts outside of row 1. Then comes Fred Possman in car 2D from Noblesville, Indiana, alongside 3R Ryan Cowley. Or Colley, I guess it is, from Carmel, Indiana. The third row, Ken Dayton out of Portville, Indiana, and Gary Hall from Martinsville, Indiana, in car 59. And finally, the alone Ohio driver in this event, Randy Birch, Middleburg Heights, Ohio, home for car 50, the driver of car 51. Laps. Your winner in car, or your leader, is Steve Chrisman in car 7X. out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. I take that back. That's Chad Bland, the leader. Chad Bland in 7B. 7X Steve Chrisman is second spot. Chad Bland continues to lead after 2 laps around the 3rd mile oval. Now he gets a big bit of an advantage on second place, Steve Chrisman. Chad Bland the leader. Steve Chrisman second. The 3rd place driver must be Ryan Cawley. No, Fred Fossman is 3rd, and Ken Dayton runs 4th. 5 laps will be completed this time by the start-finish line. Now Bland with a big advantage in that Jasper Engines IMCA E-Mod. Chrisman holds down the 2nd spot. You'll see the front end take off on that car in the corners. Now we see a challenge for the 4th spot. Meantime, Chad Bland takes the white flag. Some good heated battle going on for that 4th spot. And your winner, Chad Bland from Huntingtonburg, Indiana. Second goes to Steve Chrisman. 3rd in 2D, Fred Fossman. 4th, Ken Dayton. And 5th, Ryan Cawley. So let's hear it for all of the IMCA E-Mods. The heat race winner, Chad Bland, and here this evening in the 2nd heat race. Is the Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Sportsman Division. The lineup goes like this. Car 45, John Strobel, starts inside of row number 1. Beside him in 86, Mike Holland. Holland in car 86. I believe this Holland's first Trophy Dash appearance of 1994. Second row in car, I take that back, it's his 2nd Trophy Dash appearance. Second row, car 2. The feature winner the last 2 weeks here, Don Gregory Jr. And outside in 25, Jim Kidd, your fast qualifier tonight. Four laps, your Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. John Strobel went 45 from London, Ohio. Cars door to door. Bumper to bumper down the backstretch. Now Mike Holland with a bit of an advantage. He'll try to squeeze down in front of Strobel, but now Strobel and Holland make contact on the backstretch. Holland, your leader. Now we see Jim Kidd on the move. He moves around Strobel as well. He'll set his sights on Mike Holland, your leader. The white flag this time for Mike Holland. Kidd on the move, challenging Mike Holland. It'll be close. It's going to be Jim Kidd comes home second. Third, Don Gregory Jr. Fourth goes to John Strobel. That's Holland's first Trophy Dash victory ever here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Second year driver, Mike Holland, in that 1993 Oldsmobile. He's the owner of the car. It's sponsored by O'Mahony's Pub, Canley's Racing Parts, AccuPat Company, Columbus Oil Company, Express Sign Designs, and WK Music and Vending. Mike Holland, your winner. Now the lineup for the first Limited Sportsman Heat Race. John Matthews and Dave Greeno comprise row number 1 of Heat Race number 1 in the Limited Sportsman Division for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Sportsman competitors. In the second row, card 36, that is Bobby Allensworth. Allensworth turned in his best feature finish ever here, a 4th place, I believe it was, last Saturday night. Outside of row 2, that's Mike Howell in car number 4. The second row, Don Townsend Jr. in 7, and 15 is Dave Beard this evening. Then comes Tom Abram in car number 8. Car number 5, Bob Grubal, and 27, Jim McCauley. 8 laps in front of these gentlemen in the first Limited Sportsman Heat Race here on Germain Toyota Jiffy Lube Night the Races. A bit of a ragged start for the first heat race. John Matthews, the leader in car 23. We see Bobby Allensworth pressuring now. David Greeno and Don Townsend Jr. making contact on the front stretch. Meantime, Bobby Allensworth moves inside of John Matthews for the lead. Allensworth, the new leader. John Matthews slams the door on Don Townsend Jr. in turn number 1. They'll get the cross flags telling them halfway through this 8-lap event this time. John Matthews trying to hold on, but now Don Townsend Jr. well, way up inside of Matthews. He moves into second. Allensworth still out front. Don Townsend Jr. now the runner-up. Third is Tom Abram. Allensworth is winless to this point in preliminary action or any racing event as far as that goes here at the Speedway. He'll get the white flag this time. Now we see Don Townsend Jr. trying to hold off Tom Abram for the runner-up spot. And John Matthews spun on a backstretch, your winner, Bobby Allensworth. Bobby Allensworth at his first victory ever here at the 3rd Mile Oval. Tom Abram finishes second. Third place was Don Townsend Jr. So again, his first race win ever here at the Speedway. Bobby Allensworth in car number 36. Allensworth, again, that driver who turned in his best ever feature performance last Saturday night. And of course, Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. Jiffy Lube oil change. I believe they have 5 Central Ohio locations. All right, quickly the lineup for this, the second Limited Sportsman Heat Race. We see Jerry Jones on the inside of row number 1. Beside him, Dave Ritchie Jr. The second row, Buddy Townsend in 76 and 70, Joe Hill. Then comes Ken Sword in 74. 73 is Randy Sword. 29, Bob Justice is next. Also 01, that's Jerry Buck. And car 0, Hill. advantage down the backstretch on Dave Ritchie Jr. 8 laps now. Jones winless in heat race action here at the Speedway. Looking for number 1, his first heat race win. Still early in this event with 2.5 laps complete. Now Buddy Townsend, free of Dave Ritchie Jr., tries to work to the outside. Ken Sword runs third. He'll challenge Townsend down the backstretch. The halfway signal this time for Jerry Jones. Tight corners in turns 1 and 2 between Ken Sword and Buddy Townsend. Back and forth is Bob Justice. Now Sword has moved into the second spot. He'll go after the leader, Jerry Jones. 2 laps to remain. It's Jones, Ken Sword, Buddy Townsend. Now Sword going to try to make this last lap pass. White flag for Jerry Jones. Sword pulls alongside Jones. In turns 1 and 2, they make contact. Sword into the wall, and we've got a yellow flag. Yellow flag remains. Jerry Jones, your leader. Buddy Townsend second. That's Bob Justice third, Randy Sword fourth, Dave Ritchie Jr. fifth. Immediately to the outside of Buddy Townsend. He'll go after Townsend, but your winner will be Jerry Jones. Second is Buddy Townsend. Third, Bob Justice. And fourth, Randy Sword. Okay, so with his first heat race win of 1994, Jerry Jones. Jones's car owned by Larry Ebert. Sponsors are Beachwald Automotive, Snap-on Tools, Fast Racing Engines, Sizzle Marine, JVM Enterprises, and American Cities Corporation. The fastest ever trophy dash in Columbus Motor Speedway history. On the pole with fourth fast time from Columbus, Ohio, former track champion here, Terry Humphrey. Humphrey in car number 1, alongside the 1992 late model track champion. Also from Columbus, a truck driver by trade, third fast, Donnie Renner. Renner on the outside of row number 1. The second row, second fast time, car number 7, Danny Eves. And on the tail, your new track record holder in the late model division, actually still the track record holder. He lowered it 13.906. He takes a $100 bonus $100 bonus for being the first driver underneath 14 seconds from Marion Brooks. Mike Ward from Urbana, Ohio. Ward, no doubt, will take control of the points battle this week as Jerry Mitchell didn't answer the call this evening. Apparently, they still don't have a race car prepared. That means Jerry Mitchell does not. 4 laps. The inversion was a number 10. So Ward will start 10th in the feature event. 4 laps, your fastest score, late model car. Terry Humphrey gets the advantage on the start. Donnie Renner is second. One lap down this time. Again, these drivers competing on a different tire. They can run a 60, a little softer compound right side tire tonight. Now we see Humphrey with about a 4-car length advantage over Donnie Renner down the backstretch. The white flag this time. Humphrey with one Trophy Dash victory in 1994, looking for number 2. Denny's right on the deck lid of Donnie Renner. Your winner will be Terry Humphrey. Renner comes home second. Third goes to Danny Eves with Mike Ward finishing 4th. So Terry Humphrey's second Trophy Dash victory of the 1994 racing season. Humphrey's car is sponsored by Larry Heiser Enterprises, Humphrey's Engine Services, Basil Oil Company, Skyline Graphics, Rock's Trailer Sales, M&R Collision and Repair, and Kendall Oil, also Loctite Corporation, and Felpro Gaskets. Terry Humphrey, his second Trophy Dash victory of 1994. Heat race this evening on the pole from Cleveland, Ohio in car 97. Bill Straley in 97. Alongside in car 17, that will be scored as 17 tonight. That is Danny Brown. First time out in 1994 for both those drivers in late model action. Row number 2 in car 3, we see Bill Wellman there on that row, along with Ken Sward in 77. Then comes 44. 44 is Joe DeFelice. 03, Sam Herron. 33 is Dean Fusco. Jim Cheeseborough, the driver of car 38, what will be 38, now we're told Chip Cheeseborough in the yellowish 33, which should be scored as 38 tonight, and Carlton Smith in 19. So 10 laps for the first late model race. Again, we see Billy Straley, the leader, down the backstretch of lap number 1. Bill Hundley is second. Bill Straley in 77. Bill Hundley in 3. Car 44 is and car 77, Kenny Sward, your top 4 drivers. They'll complete lap number 3 this time with Straley still out front. Joe DeFelice moving on in. the advantage down the backstretch. And your winner, Joe DeFelice. Bill Straley is second. Third, Kid Swarm. Bill Wellman. So let's hear it for Joe DeFelice, a last lap pass. That is fourth heat race win of 1994. Sponsors on DeFelice's car include ALD Concrete, American Contractor Supply, Tipdan Electrical, Olin Corporation, and Magabaro Machinery. Of course, DeFelice, the 1991 Street Stock Rookie of the Year and Firecracker Championship. The lineup for the second late model heat race goes like this. On the pole in car 59, Burgess White. Beside him in 94, that's the big bird, Robbie Dean from Darbydale, Ohio. Row 2 in car 64, that's Bobby Fye. Flanking him in that second row, 91. From Xenia, Ohio, the only other driver to win 2 feature wins in the late model division this year, Scott Drake. In row number 3, car 23, his best finish of the year last week, Greg Markham. And alongside 29, that's Kevin Miller. And on the tail, after a 4-week absence, 06, Gary Williams. 10 laps to go, the second late model heat race. The big bird on the move in car 94, Robbie Dean. We see Burgess White off the pace in car 59. Robbie Dean the leader. Dean in that familiar second group. Now Drake takes advantage. The Xenia Ohio driver now moves ahead. Dean, no doubt, trying to get that car set up to run in that second groove in the feature. Drake says, never mind, I want the heat race victory. Running clear is Bobby Fogg. Greg Markham holds down the 4th position. Cross flags, the white and the yellow cross flag this time for Scott Drake. Halfway through 5 laps now. Dean's had enough of that second group. He'll move down into the bottom lane to see if he can track down your leader. The margin about static at this point. Looks to be about 10 car lengths. Scott Drake from Xenia out front. Greg Markham runs third. Bobby Fye back to the tail of the event. About the same distance apart. Your winner, sorry, Dean and Drake, your winner. Bobby Dean is second, third, Greg Markham, fourth, Kevin Miller, and fifth, that was Gary Williams. So Scott Drake, the winner. Point car 81 from Millersport, Ohio, Don Wetnall. The racing entrepreneur with his best qualifying this year. Qualifying effort starts outside of that row. That's Bill Cantley. The second row in car 39 finds Randy Maynard Jr. there. And outside, a birthday boy. His birthday, I believe, yesterday. Skip Thornton in 86. Next up, it's car 5. Car number 5, Mike Stacy. And alongside car 2, Bob Bocook. And being put on the tail after coming out late in this event, Lonnie Rush in that V6 Bob Evans Camaro, passing on the Winston Challenge tonight. Rush should start, I believe, outside of the pole, unofficially in the feature event. 10 laps for this, the third and final late model heat race. Cantley has struggled with that car all year. It looks to be finally running as good as it has all season. Don Wetnall and Bill Cantley go at it for the lead. Randy Maynard Jr., who finished second last Saturday night in the feature, runs third. The former track champion takes control. Wetnall with 2 heat race victories this season so far. And Randy Maynard Jr. moves to second. He'll go after your leader down to the backstretch. Cantley runs third, Mike Stacy fourth. Outside. See Lonnie Rush trying that high groove. Working on Bob Bocook. Also Mike Stacy back there in car 5. Stacy, your front four. The white flag this time for Don Wetnall as Maynard pulls up on his back bumper. About a car length separates your leader at second place. Maynard to the high groove, but it's going to be too little, too late. Your winner. Randy Maynard completes the distance in second. Third goes to Mike Stacy. I'm sorry, third, Bill Cantley. Fourth, Mike Stacy. And fifth, Bob Bocook. So with his third heat race win this season, his second heat race victory in a row, as he won one of the heats last week, Don Wetnall. Wetnall's 1994 Camaro, owned by brother Gus Wetnall, sponsored by Central Ohio Fence Company, Kennard Custom Gutters, Fast Racing Engines, Pyroil, Castrol GTX Oil, and the Shadows Nightclub. Speedway on Jiffy Lube night at the races. Also, Germain Toyota night at Columbus Motor Speedway. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you pick up a souvenir magazine. We have some full service oil changes with about a $25 value. Several of those to be given away to some lucky souvenir magazine holders. Also some NASCAR collectibles from Cherry River Cargo. some car washes from Whitehall Custom Car Wash, some t-shirts, so make sure you pick up a souvenir magazine, plus all the results from last week, point standings, current point standings, and so on. All right, the lineup for this event: on the pole in car 25, Bubba Parsons, feature winner last Saturday night. Alongside, that's Heavy Hill, third fast time. Bubba's brother, Donald Parsons, starts inside of the second row, and another new track record for Steve Tuttle tonight, 16.593 the time. Tuttle will start outside of row 2. Your 4 fastest is Street Stockers, 4 laps. Hill and Parsons in tight quarters through turns 1 and 2. Hill still trying to maintain that high groove. Bubba Parsons now. Donald Parsons almost spins in turn 1. He went to go to the outside of Bubba, whether or not Heavy was there or not. So halfway this time. It's Bubba Parsons, Steve Tuttle, Donald Parsons. Now Donald trying to work inside of your fast qualifier, new track record holder Steve Tuttle. White flag for Bubba Parsons. Bubba Parsons winless in Trophy Dash action, looking for his first win this season. Bubba Parsons is the winner. Second goes to Donald Parsons. Third, Steve Tuttle. And fourth, Heavy Hill. So again, Bubba has 2 heat race victories so far, but winless in Trophy Dash action to this point. This is his second Trophy Dash appearance of 1994. His 1979 Ford Thunderbird is sponsored by Big JR's Towing, Steer and Gear Company, Streeter's Bar, Custom Clutch, Delcar Auto Parts, Parsons Racing and Custom Builders. Parsons has already equaled his feat of 1993 by winning 2 features. That's by the Isaac's Photo Stand. Now Leonard Jarvis leads the pack around for the first 8-lap street stock heat race. He's flanked in car number 10 by Russ Harper. Row 2 is comprised of car 7 Herm Hundley, his first appearance of the season, and Kevin Nowak in 99. Then comes Don Parsons Sr. in 12, 11 Rick Rodewald, and 95 Mike Litchfield. 8 laps. A little 3 abreast action down in turns 1 and 2. Now they get it all sorted together. Almost sorted together. Contact between Rodewald and Harper on the backstretch. Your leader of lap number 1 is Herm Hundley. Kevin Nowak runs second. Big Daddy Don Parsons trying to move around Nowak at this point down in turn number 4. Senior now second. He'll try to draw up on the back of Herm Hundley. Hundley and Parsons go at it for the lead. And your new leader, Parsons Sr. getting the halfway signal. Hundley has not given up on that lead though. Still trying to hold on the inside groove. Now Hundley and Parsons Drains some paint in turn 1. Parsons comes out ahead. Big Daddy Don Parsons stretches it out. The white flag will be waved at Big Daddy Don Parsons this time. Parsons scored the heat race win, his first heat race win last Saturday. He looks to be en route to his second heat race win. Now we see Russ Harper off the track in turn 4. Your winner, Don Parsons Sr. Second goes to Herm Hunley. Kevin Nowak finishes 4th. And Nowak is 3rd. Rick Rodewald is 4th. So Russ Harper, with that spin off the 4th turn, will have the track crew moving out to tend to that corner down there. A little bit of dirt sprayed out onto the bottom groove coming off turn number 4. You know, one of the features here this week at the Speedway and the concession stands are Kodak film and Kodak single-use cameras. So if you're here tonight thinking, boy, it'd be neat to get a picture of my favorite driver, but I forgot it. Street stock heat events. On the front row, car number 8, Bob Moore, and starting beside him, that's Darrell Dexter. Row 2 in car number 30, Bill Hundley, and outside 34, Gary Lamer. Then comes 47, that is Randy Tharp. 18, Bo Davis. 89 is Herb Pennington. 79, Don Holland. And 91, Sean Gray. 8 laps await the young men and their flying machines in this, the second street stock heat event. Darrell Dexter out front. Gary Lamer second. Now it's Bo Davis on the move. Davis started 6th. He is up to 3rd, working on Gary Lamer. They'll finish the second lap this time around. Now Davis is second. Dexter with about a 15 car length advantage down the backstretch. Halfway this time. And breaking out much faster than his qualifying time. Black flag for Darrell Dexter. We allow these guys a certain amount of time to go faster than their qualifying time. Darrell Dexter has been disqualified for running much faster than his qualifying time. The new leader is Bo Davis. Gary Lamer now in second. Herb Pennington third. Sean Gray is fourth. 2 laps remaining this time. White flag for Bo Davis. Davis is winless this season, and with his first heat race victory, Bo Davis. Second will be close. Gary Lamer holds on. I'll try to get you the rundown as soon as I have it available. It was a wild finish. Gary Lamer holds on for second, I believe. Finishing third. Third, I believe, was Herb Pennington. And fourth place, Bill Hundley. Okay, so for this street stock, the third and final street stock heat race, Phil Wessler and Jamie Hunt comprise row number 1. Row 2 finds Scott Stevens and Norman Ackerman. In the third row, that's Jimmy Romans and Dave Dysinger. And out back, Bruce Holmes in 88 and 43 Mike Schweier. 8 laps for the third street stock heat race. Takes control, and we see Dave Dysinger and Jimmy Roman. Straights the main in turns 3 and 4. Roman's car looked like it washed out. Took Dysinger and Romans with the contact in turn 4. Jamie Hunt is the leader. Norman Ackerman pulling into second. Phil Gessler relegated to third spot. Jamie Hunt currently fourth in the track point standings. Looking for his second heat race win this season. Halfway. Hunt has 1 Trophy Dash victory this year, 1 heat race win. He picked that up last Saturday, and 3 times been a runner-up in feature action. Now we see Jimmy Romans with a spin in turn 4. Romans back underway. Phil Gessler has moved back underneath Norman Ackerman for second place. Scott Stevens sideways in turn 1. Almost collects Ackerman, but they keep it going the same direction. White flag. Phil Gessler beginning now to close back in on Jamie Hunt. Gessler right on the deck lid of Jamie Hunt. His second heat race win this season, Jamie Hunt. Second is Phil Gessler. Third, Scott Stevens. Mike Schweier finishes fourth in car 43. So, Jamie Hunt the winner in car 93. Car sponsored by Jim's Towing, Johnson Disposal. We do have a late model last chance race coming out, so late model B main moving on to the racetrack. Other sponsors in. I believe, last chance race, the B main, to determine the final starters in tonight's feature event. these cars, the first 4 finishers, move on to the 35-lap feature tonight. On the pole in car 77 is Ken Swore. Beside him in 3, that is Bill Wellman. Second row, car 17, the driver is Danny Brown. And number 97 in the brown 97, Bill Straley. Then comes 19, that driver, Carlton Smith. 33, Dean Fusco. And the 38, it will be scored as the yellow and brown and orange 38 of Chip Cheeseburg. Or Cheeseboro, I believe. Chip Cheeseboro, I believe it is. All right, 8 laps. Your first 4 finishers move on. Ken Sword immediately moves out to the lead. Danny Brown runs second. They'll complete 1 lap this time. Bill Straley looks to the outside of Bill Wellman on the backstretch for that 3rd spot. Still Ken. Signal this time. Only the first 4 finishers move on. Straley outside of Bill Wellman for 3rd spot. Danny Brown second, a tight battle. White flag this time for Ken Swore. Back comes Bill Wellman. Your winner, moving on to the feature, Ken Swore. And Danny Brown. Third goes to Bill Wellman. And Bill Straley picks up the final transfer spot in car 97. Carlton Smith finishes 5th. 6th was Chip Cheeseboro. And rounding out the field, Dean Fusco. Kurt Huff from Fountaintown, Indiana. Second row, number 2D, Fred Bozeman, and from Noblesville, Indiana, and Chad Bland from Huntingtonburg, Indiana. Ken Dayton begins this event on the inside of the 3rd row. He hails from Portville, Ohio. And the next gentleman won one of the heat races from Greenfield, Indiana, Scott Whitehouse in 14W. 7X from Fort Wayne is Steve Chrisman, alongside one of the Ohio drivers, Dwayne Smith, in 77. Then comes Brian Orfrey, hailing from New Palestine, Indiana. And the next guy calls Carmel, Indiana home. His name, Ryan Colley, in car 3R. Next, Rick Markle from Fowlerville, Michigan, in 3M. And Gary Hall from Martinsville, Indiana, in car 59. And on the tail in car 51, Middleburg Heights, Ohio driver, Randy Birch. 25 laps for the E-Miles. white flag this time around here on Jiffy Lube, Germain Toyota Night at the Races. Welcome again, all you employees from Germain Toyota and Jiffy Lube. It'll be a wild night of feature racing action. 4 big features coming your way. The E-Mods are first. Aaron Huff and Kurt Huff lead the field around. Fred Fossman, Chad Bland, Kid Dayton, Scott Whitehouse, Steve Chrisman, Wayne Smith, Brian Orphy, Ryan Colley, Rick Buckle, Gary Hall, and Randy Burge. And we see car 6. That's Brian Orphy taking a shortcut on the front stretch. The Huffs run first and second. Aaron Huff. Now it's Kurt Huff getting some pressure from car 17, Chad Bland. Chad Bland in 17, trying to move into that Kurt Huff spot. Aaron Huff from Indianapolis, Indiana, your leader. And now Bland is second place runner. Chad Bland, car 17. He'll go after the leader. Aaron Huff down the front stretch. Back in 4th spot, it's Fred Bossman in car 2. He runs 4th. Now Chad Bland moves up the challenge. Aaron is Fred Fossman. Fourth, Scott Whitehouse in fifth. Ken Dayton, that's your top five. Chad Bland holds the advantage. Bland back up into that high groove. He likes it up there. Able to keep his momentum going. Cautions in this 25-lap event. We'll see if Chad Bland again goes to that high groove. If so, if Kurt Huff can move underneath. Bland gets a big jump on the start. Unlike the last time, we see Steve Chrisman trying to make his way around fourth place. Ken Dayton. But Chad Bland is checking out. The white flag for Huntingtonburg, Indiana, Chad Bland. He drives the Jasper Engines entry. The winner for the E-Mod Tour, Chad Bland. Scott Huff comes home second. Third, unofficially, is Scott Whitehouse. Fourth goes to Ken Dayton. And fifth, Steve Chrisman. Chad Bland from Huntingtonburg, Indiana.
Jeff, we're trackside with the unmanned. Did you ever think that race was going to get over?
No, lap 22 took about 8 laps, didn't it? It was a long time.
Yeah, they kept just closing in on you a little bit. You're from Huntingtonburg, Indiana. Where's that?
Anybody know where Evansville, Indiana is? It's about 45 miles northeast of there.
Yeah, weather wasn't too good there today, but you came down anyway, right?
It cleared out about 11 o'clock last night, so we didn't know if it was going to be here today or not. It's about 6 hours for us, but we love the track, and I hope cars are down tonight, but I hope the track owner and promoter have his back because I just love the track.
Well, that sums it all up here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, how about a hand? Chad Bland, your feature winner. Chad, why don't you get your picture taken here?
And beside him, the defending track champion, Ken Sword. The second row in car 73, Randy Sword. Outside 29, Bob Justice. Car 0 is next at Donnie Zero Hill. And beside him in the third row, 01, Jerry Buck. Then comes 45, John Strobel. 86 is Don Holland. Make that Mike Holland. Then comes 2, Don Gregory Jr. 25, your fast qualifier tonight, Jim Kidd. 76, Buddy Townsend. 35. Car 35 is Dave Ritchie Jr. 13, the driver is Jerry Jones. 5, Bob Gruball. Number 8, Tom Abram. 15, Dave Beard. 7, Don Townsend Jr. 4 is Mike Howell. 36 is Bobby Allensworth. 28, Dave Greeno. And on the tail, 20, Mike Brown. So 22 cars, the limited sportsman feature event, 30 racing laps. To go. They'll be underway. Hill and Sword. Row 1, row 2, Sword and Justice. Then comes Hill and Buck. Strobel and Holland. That's your first 4 rows. See the powder benzol rosin in the second groove, trying to make that groove come in a little bit and have a more competitive race in the outside groove. We're ready to go. 30 laps for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman Feature. Turn number 2. I believe. Collision in turn 1. Two laps down. Now it's Jerry Buck working around Zero Hill for the runner-up spot. Mike Holland moves around Hill for third. We see Randy Swaller back out to the track. Car 73 back out. He's down. The guy showing a lot of muscle right now is Mike Holland. Holland goes for the lead. He's outside of your front runner, Ken Sword. Jerry Buck now second. And we got a spin. Oh, as John Strobel spins in the fourth turn. 13 laps complete. Jim Kidd has moved to third spot. Jerry Buck runs second at the time. Halfway. Loses ground Kiss tries to chip away at Mike Holland's advantage. And a yellow flag as the caution is out for Don Townsend Jr. Down. Townsend, 5 laps this time, and Jim Kidd, Mike Holland. That car as wide as possible. So hold on to your current point leader, Jim Kidd. And with a nose underneath down the backstretch, but he can't make it stick. Wow, hanging on. Again, Kidd trying to get underneath your leader. The white flag this time. To go. Kidd trying to work inside. Mike Holland in third place. That's Jerry Buck. Again, Kidd with contact on the second turn. Holland holds him off. With his first feature win ever, Mike Holland. Jim Kidd is second. Third, Jerry Buck. Fourth is Buddy Townsend. So his first feature win ever at Columbus Motor Speedway. I was checking records. He ran 7 races in 1993. This is second year of competition with only 7 races last year and 6 this year. He takes home the checkered flag. Holland's car sponsored by O'Many's Pub, Express Sign Designs, Cantley's Racing Parts, WK Music and Vending, Accupat Company, and Columbus Oil Company. We'll go down to the front stretch with our feature winner. Go ahead.
Well, this young man, if I'm correct, this is the first time you pulled into the victory lane.
Very first time.
What's it feel like?
Feels great. Can't describe it.
That victory lap's kind of fun to take, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun. Hopefully we get a lot more of them.
Hey, listen, you've been running hard the last couple of weeks. Tonight you were just out flying, and then that old kid came after you, Jim Kidd, right on your bumper the last few laps.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy Kidd's helped us out a whole bunch. We couldn't have done it without him. We owe him everything. I'd like to thank Dave Holzoffel and Perry Peters. They work on the car real hard and couldn't be here without them.
All right, here's his first feature win. How about a big round of applause once again? Mike Holland, first feature win ever here at Columbus.
All right, so the here on Germain Toyota Jiffy Lube night at the races, Bill Cantley and Randy Maynard Jr. make up row number 1. The second row is car 86 Skip Thornton and 83 Lonnie Rush. Then comes Mike Stacy in 5, Bob Bocook in car number 2. Next it's Terry Humphrey in 192 Donnie Renner, car number 7 Danny Eves. Then comes car 61 That's Mike Ward, your track record holder. 81's Don Wetnall. 29, or that should be, 29 Kevin Miller. Then comes Greg Markham, Scott Drake, Bobby Fye, Robbie Dean, Burgess White, and Sam Herron. 44 is Joe DeFelice, 77. That's Ken Swart. 17 is Danny Brown. Bill Wellman's next. Then comes Bill Straley. And car 19, Carlton Smith. Okay, fans, we'll go down to Bob Neubauer. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fastest late model field ever as far as they go. We want everybody right now. Come on, stand up on your feet. Wave your hats, wave your programs. Get up. Let these guys know the fastest and the best right here. The late model feature event ready to go. The quickest bunch of late models ever in the history of Columbus Speedway.
All right, we're ready to do battle. Cantley and Maynard on the front row. As Bob Bocook spins in turn 2. One lap complete. 67, spins in turn 4. "17 laps are down." Stacy are off to the races. We'll see if Humphrey can track them down. DeFelice is out in car 44. DeFelice is out. They'll complete lap 22 this time. Is up to 4th spot. Now Bill Wellman is out in car number 3. 10 laps to go. Stacy, Terry Humphrey, Danny Eves, Bill Canley. To go. Danny Eves moves to the outside of second place, Terry Humphrey. Eves is on the move. Eves and Humphrey go at it down the backstretch. 3 laps to go. comes Danny Eves again. Shows that advantage. It'll be settled between Danny Eves and Lonnie Rush. It's going to be close. Your winner, Lonnie Rush. Finishing second, Danny Eves. Third was Terry Humphrey. Unofficially, Bill Cantley, I believe, finished fourth. So, Rush is a three-time winner. He makes it 2 in a row. Maybe we can get a answer out of Rush about that Winston Challenge for next Saturday night in Victory Lane.
I was sitting right there. Come on, Danny. Come on, Danny.
Rush's car sponsored by Campus Auto Service, Bill Davis Racing Rear Ends, M&W Race Transmissions, and Speedway Engineering, and Bob Evans Restaurants. He wins here on Jiffy Lube, Germain Toyota, night at the races. Lonnie Rush, your winner. We'll go down to Bob Neubauer for a word with the winner.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, I think when I saw that restart and he went around Maynard and Stacy and some of those guys, then we're going to start having to call Lonnie the Rocket Rush or something. You got nitrous in this thing, or what's the deal?
Actually, I think Bill kind of got crossed up, and those guys were behind him, and I just took an opportunity to take the outside. I wasn't all that fast. It just happened that way.
Well, obviously, at the end, you had a little competition on the outside either.
Yeah, I didn't. Somebody must have been out there. I felt him right at the end, but somebody was dropping a bunch of oil, and it was oily all the way around the last 2 or 3 laps. I wasn't sure where to go because I could see the oil streak all the way around the racetrack, but I don't know who was dropping it.
We got to ask you, this is getting to be habit forming. I mean, you're the first guy to win 3. You did accept the challenge tonight. Now you got it up to $2 grand. You got a whole week to think about it.
Well, I'll think about it, but I think the thing that controls that is there's so much competition here. There's 12 or 14 guys can win any time, and if you start that far back, they're going to run away and hide from you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the only man so far to win 3 of them this year. How about a big round of applause for Lonnie Rush from Pickerington, Ohio, tonight's feature winner.
So that from Bob Neubauer. Scott Stevens in. No, we don't. That's a late model lineup. I don't have the. Okay, we're going to have to do it by sight. Let's see. Don Parsons, Rick Rodewald, Kevin Lococo, Bob Moore, Bill Hunley, Gary Lamer, Randy Tharp, Bo Davis, Herb Pennington, Don Holland, Sean Gray, Phil Gussler, Jamie Hunt, Scott Stevens, Norman Ackerman, Daryl Dexter, Jimmy Romans, Dave Dysinger, Bruce Holmes, Mike Schweier, Bubba Parsons, Heavy Hill, Donald Parsons, and Steve Tuttle. I made it. 25 laps for the street stops. Thanks. Big Daddy Don Parsons out front. And we see Sean Gray almost into the front stretch wall. Rick Rodewald, now your runner-up. 2 laps are down. Scott Parsons with a big advantage. That's Rick Rodewald second, Kevin Lococo third, Bill Hunley now in fourth spot. And Lococo goes after the runner-up position, but he gets sideways. Rodewald holds on. Red flag.
We're up, guys.
Paces him around. 4 laps are down in this 25-lapper. Kevin Lococo pressuring your leader. Rick Rodewald third is Bill Hunley. Now 5 laps down. And Lococo goes to the outside of the leader. Bill Hunley advances to the runner-up spot. Now we see Jimmy Romans closing in on the lead pack. And Hunley. Oh, Lococo almost spins in turns 1, but he's not quite. Hunley is the new leader. Rodewald second, but now Jimmy Romans moves underneath him. Contact between Bubba Parsons and Steve Nuttall in turn 1. Bill Hunley still the leader. Jimmy Romans second. Now Romans will go after Hunley on the front stretch. Complete. Romans moves past Hunley. Jamie Hunt now trying to pull into that third spot. See Bob Moore slow on the backstretch. Also Gary Lamer pulls into the infield. They'll be halfway this time. To go. Jamie Hunt now second. He'll set his sights on the leader, Jimmy Romans. See a lot of 3 abreast action back in the back. Schweier is up to third. The leader is car 36, Jimmy Romans. Tire off of Bo Davis's car. Brings out the caution. Yeah, the red flag.
Bo Davis, sit still.
The La Coco Fountain on the front stretch. He's just letting off a little steam. Seven laps to go. And Jamie Hunt to the inside immediately of Jimmy Romans. Hunt and Romans go at it in turn 4. Mike Schweier parked on the rear deck lid of Jamie Hunt. 5 laps to go this time. Now your second place car is Mike Schweier. 4 laps to go this time as Jimmy Roman still leads. And we got a collision in turn 1. We'll see if everybody keeps going. You see Bill Huntley now moving. 43 Mike Schweier is moving as well. Your leader is Jimmy Roman. 2 laps to go this time. Car 36, your leader, Jimmy Roman's. Battle for second between Jamie Hunt and Donald Parsons. Now Donald Parsons is second. Third, Jamie Hunt. Fourth, Dave Dysinger. Now it's white flag for Jimmy Romans. Here comes Donald Parsons in a hurry in car 22. He looks to the outside of Romans in turn number 4. It's going to be close, but it's Jimmy Romans. Second is Donald Parsons. Third, Jamie Hunt. Fourth, Dave Dysinger. And fifth, unofficially, Bruce Holmes. So what I believe is his first feature win ever here at the Speedway, Jimmy Romans. Once again, Jimmy Roman's the winner. Everybody in a great mood here this evening after a full night of racing. Donald Parsons is second. He finished second last week, finishes second tonight. Happy Wiener. Go ahead, Robert.
Before we get everybody running away from us here, Jamie, I said a little bit of work, you said a whole lot, right?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, it looked like you were out flying and gone, and then all of a sudden they started catching up after some of those revs.
Yeah, that car, we run a plug in it that one race is all it wants to go. And then if there's a lot of cautions, they foul out. It takes me a couple laps to pick back up.
How many feature wins have you had?
One now.
That's all it counts. This is his first feature win tonight as well. So we've had 2 guys. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand right there, Jimmy Romans, your feature winner tonight?